Good afternoon. Standing up here at Wigwam. Second snowiest day of the winter. Sun came out this afternoon, but it's all come down hard again. We've got probably 4 or 5 inches on the ground right now. We'll still be able to do a quick run around. For access, the flag down at the end of the road is on the main access road. So it feels like I'm only maybe 150, 200 feet away from blacktop. So some of the homes farther in this neighborhood access can start to be much more challenging, but this one looks pretty straightforward. We've got a couple good looking homes and a guy out snow blowing out in that direction, but certainly neighbors on 3 sides. Looks like some tiebacks, so some hopefully newer construction going in right there. We'll run around and see what we can see. I do want to let you know I've got a slightly wider lens on my camera. It's really helpful for shooting video, but sometimes it makes straight edges look a little blown out, or sometimes it can make specific rooms look a little bit bigger than they actually are as you walk through. But also it really helps smaller rooms be able to show everything. So there's our main house. See if I slip and fall in all this snow or if I can stay upright here. We've got the garage over on the right. I think we were talking about double tax lots here, possibly with that second building being on the other tax lot. So we do have about 4 different colors. Sometimes feels a little DIY. There's a lighter, then a darker, and a lighter again. Some raw timber up top. Sometimes that's designed by choice. Sometimes that's just unfinished projects as things get kind of slapped together. Financing wise, one of the first things that jumps out to me is on nearly all sides, we've got wood into the dirt. So that's under the covered deck. We've got the same thing out here touching the snow. The same thing for the whole perimeter on that right side. We do have, looks like a metal roof up top. Not been through to this crawl space yet. Let's see if we've got fancy security, the pivoting nail. So it is good sized crawl space. Got a lot of bark chips. Wonder if they've stored firewood down here or if there's a different reason. Alright, put that security nail back in place. Decent sized deck, but freezing up a little bit. I think we'll run around outside first, see what we can see, and come around to the back. So with the wood going to the snow, we do have a bunch of big gaps and cracks and a lot of feels just a little DIY on most of the exterior. Listing says we're hooked up to power. We've got the utility box, although at the moment everything's shut down inside of the house. I did see a central heater in addition to a wood burning fireplace. Yeah, you can see again just kind of a bunch of mismatched siding that goes all the way around. Does get cute inside. There's a pier block that's kind of sticking beyond the exterior of the wall. From a distance, that looked like a propane tank. Looks like there's connection up top, so probably propane. We've got an in-wall, through the wall, looks like a little AC unit right there. The lot is pretty. We do have some backyards just 30 feet that way. We've got just a gentle rolling slope, rocks and trees with the snow coming down. Yeah, sure is gorgeous. So of course, with this much snow, See the leveled area for this backyard. Currently no fences. I don't know if I'm walking on grass or bark chips or gravel. I'll have to see if the listing photos are a little less seasonal to give us some insight there. Still, we've got just wood straight down to ground level. Low back here turns into some kind of patched together sheet metal down to the ground level. I do see, looks like a propane hookup right here. Occasionally we see that for a barbecue to the back, but that looks like it goes the other direction. I believe the oven for the kitchen is right on the other side of that wall. I wonder if that's just a smaller tank hookup right there for the cook stove in the kitchen. Back door, still kind of a nice covered deck here. Whew. My fingertips are freezing up. We've got a cute little back porch with, on this side, looks like the decking, pretty decent shape actually. That looks like newer material that's oiled up. It's anybody's guess if that continues for the whole rest of it. We'll have to go back and look at some pictures. Got a barbecue wood stove out on the deck. It's kind of fun. And the hot tub. First outbuilding, super dry woodshed, which I'm guessing has probably been pretty close to the primary source of heat. Although we will see inside that propane heater, and of course we do have electricity as well. And our big huge garage. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. That looks like the panel under the house is wide open. I wonder if we've got any critters that have been taken over. Wow, that's a good looking garage. So this is as warm as the house. Big, huge slab that we're on. Smells super dry and super clean. Got a couple things, hard to see here, but we've got a broken pane of glass all the way up. This looks almost big enough for double doors. We've got a good, almost 2-car door there with almost the same space beyond over here. Looks like we've got Tyvek's on the outside and plywood. Currently, looks like 0 installed insulation. Looks like some of their projects. This might be a future shower pan hiding in the corner. Some off-size cuts. I wonder if some of those were milled. Good space. The door currently has got no opener on it, so it's just a lift, the rope, and probably some spring coils up there to help. Some circled around. It looks like a driveway up here back to my car in the front. You saw some good windows and light. Construction outside looks pretty consistent all the way around, with some latches, some gaps. It all looks like it needs a little bit of love. So I've got an exterior hose bib, electrical back there, and wide open under the house. Interesting. Again, despite it being cold and snowy today, sure is beautiful out here. We've got really good access to the lake up here. Not too far from Lake of the Woods, Crater Lake zip line, Crater Lake itself. I've been a big fan of the outdoors for years and years, and man, there's some incredible potential out here. All right. Whew, and it is no warmer inside. Excuse me. A lot of natural light. This really helps out with all the power being winterized and turned off. It's fun though when they can kind of show off the lot and build to the hillside that they're on. So this easily would be the biggest great room. We'll go all the way around. First, this looks like monitor heater. See ventilation in the back. That looks more like an oil line, but I only saw propane outside. I'll have to do some further investigating. Currently unplugged, and everything's been winterized. A cute light fixture, probably where the dining room table goes. Kitchen is pretty complete. You can see we're missing trim in lots of places. Looks like they're going to extend that counter out over in this direction. Good space, counters look good, a lot of outlets. It's fun. Call it a triple bay sink. Oh man, I'm gonna have to switch hands. It's yesterday when I dropped off the kids, it was about 11 degrees, which is a lot colder than it normally gets out here, and it's chilly today. Here's the stove with gas burners, and while it looks like they've got that bigger propane tank just outside this wall, looked like a spot to just tie into like a 5-pound tank. So I'd be curious to know more about that. Looks like our refrigerator cut out, though all of our trim is not there yet. So certainly a working project in just about every room. And a little bit of a pantry. I do see 2 space heaters that they've put to use. We do have some plumbing that's exposed, so missing sheetrock just straight to the insulation. We do have, they're halfway through figuring out some light fixtures. I'm usually a sucker for log cabins and anything that kind of feels like a rustic mountain log cabin, and this thing sure has a lot of charm. Just looking back on that back deck we were at a couple minutes ago. Our wood burner, the Blaze King, we always need to check if they're certified. Looks newer with electronics that have got, I assume, some blowers. Oregon enforces at the point of sale, all wood burners have to be certified emissions. So we'd want to double check that if we're moving forward. Interestingly, I see a lot of rust on top. I don't know if I always had a kettle and something just boiled over enough to do that, or if there's anything coming through the roof. I don't see any other effects of water here, but for a newer, good-looking stove, certainly something has been present there. All right, so 2 rooms on the left, 1 room out there on the right. We'll head this way first. This is our biggest bedroom. And again, I've got that wide lens that makes things look a little bit bigger. If I was to guess, I'd say probably about 12 feet by 12 feet, roughly that. Decent sized closet on the right. What looks like an old door that was just filled in. So to the studs, no sheetrock and insulation. We do have some interesting attic space openings throughout the house. You can see all of that space looking back over the kitchen. Our one and only bathroom. It's got good space. Still, all the trim is missing. Window casing. Looks like we got these guys just absolutely mid project. Just step up about 6-7 inches to get up to the shower. That's interesting. Looks like it works, but I've never seen the shower coming out dead middle of the shower. We've got no fixture above the faucets. Nonetheless, looks pretty functional. There's our toilet hiding behind the door. So doors are off hinges. Sheetrock, just kind of the same. Mid project. And you can see, looks like it's open for a ways back there. I can see about 10 feet across. There's that peekaboo window looking over the bedroom. Wonder if it was just storage. I don't see much more going on over there, except it looks like a lot of space up there. Our next bedroom. I like these lofted ceilings and all the daylight coming through. Flooring. Most of the house is this older hardwood. It looks like it's in really good shape. That continues through to that bedroom we were just in. This flooring looks more recent. Looks solid and level all the way through, but also we've got kind of, looks like deck screws all the way through. And they're all countersunk, so every one of those drops down about 1/4 of an inch. Room sure is pretty. Does have a big picture window from the bedroom straight out to the front deck. We have wooden windows for this whole room. We've got a lot of vinyl windows for most of the rest of the house. I do see more broken windows here. You can see that big crack up there. And then everything up top is still unfinished. So we can see they're putting some light fixtures, at least some Romax wiring coming through. And corners haven't been mudded or anything. It's still work in progress. Place that's under most construction. That is going to be the exterior door that's going to get us out into the snow next to the hot tub that we saw previously. Looks like we've got a partially finished loft. Let's see if we can see up there. Here's a place that's got the footprint of a shower pan. There's no plumbing yet, and that looks like an electrical box, so I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Is there's often not 220 power plugs inside of a shower. Maybe second bathroom. Well, we'll look at the easy one first. And everything from here on is just a project. 2x4s and bare sheetrock. Some extra sheetrock in the yellow room. They were beginning 2 of the panels for the roof. Everything else is just exposed insulation up top. We're walking just on plywood. Some materials, some insulation. In the back, there's a tie-back hole going that way. I wonder what's behind there. Clearly, it's just the middle of a project. So you're asking about laundry room. There are no fixtures yet. This feels like the space for exactly that. We've got a bedroom on both sides, and we're a long ways away from kitchen and bathroom plumbing. Nonetheless, it looks like kind of the best space for all of that over here. A couple future can lights were begun. There's no plumbing or any kind of drains. I wonder if they're intending for a shower or a toilet or something in that little area. Oh, that's cute. Not enough space for a staircase. It would have to be drop-down ladder. Once you get up here, you've got a window in every direction. It's a smaller room, much smaller than both of the bedrooms. And if you back up these last 3 feet, even a railing would take up a good portion of this room. Sure is cute though. The moment they've got just railings screwed on to prevent people from going out. It looks, again, it's hard to see underneath all the snow. Looks like they're intending for a little balcony right there. But with no handrails, they might have just put this up as a safety rail so that people aren't getting hurt as they tour the home. You get to see some of that roofing. Man, so close on the edge of even snow getting under that metal. Some plywood right there. And that's just about all of it. Undeniably a cute place. Certainly a project kind of mid-stride. Looks like they're in the process of making this place beautiful. But every direction, you can certainly see things that are just kind of slapped together, like that exposed plywood and tie back. So it certainly has got potential. I think largely it's going to be how much the project you're looking for. We are in a well, we are on septic, we do have real power. We do have real winters out here. Access is pretty good. Yeah, cute place. I'll be curious to hear your questions. Let me know any thoughts, any questions. You can always reach me by voice or text, 541-539-8916. Thank you. Bye-bye. So I was looking around the back, found one last door that I'd miss. It looked like an oil monitor stove inside. Here we go, walled off. Got a big oil tank up on a stand. That should be a wrap.